It's the end of the year. It's stock taking time. A lot of people are looking at what they've done in 2019 and bringing out the scorecard, assessing themselves before we do because they know we will do. And a lot of the federations looking at it as the year is winding down, looking at what they've done, what they've achieved, vis-a-vis what they set out before the year started. So in looking at that, we start with badminton. One of the federations that we've always felt did well. And so, Francis Obi, an interviewer's delight, by the way, just took a look at some of the things that happened, and he's optimistic that, look, there's a lot that we can still achieve, and going into a year that has the Olympics, he's quite confident that badminton can soar.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the confidence there. He is. Take a look at what happened in 2019, know that what they've been able to do in 2019. Hopefully, going into 2020, they should be able to continue in that area. Let's hear from him.
Well, it's been very eventful and also challenging, I must say. I mean, nothing good comes easy. So we've had to surmount a lot of challenges and overcome quite some obstacles. But at the end of the day, I would say that it has been a fulfilling year because they say the end justifies the means. So I would say the results have been encouraging. National championships, yes. We've maintained the numbers that we've had since inception. We are hoping that those numbers should increase because the more tournaments you have for the players, the better engaged they are. And of course, the more improved their games will get. So we are hoping that this new year would increase the number of national champions and especially the age grades. That's an area we've not been able to really, stamp our authority, and we want to go there, under 15, under 19. Right now, we have 3 players who are on the verge of qualification. Anu Okoyori, Godwin Olofua, and Dokas Adeshoko. The 3 of them are in good positions. What will finally seal it for them will be a function of the number of championships they are able to attend. Olympic qualification for badminton is by ranking. Your world ranking at the end of the qualification period is what determines whether you are going to be able to play in the Olympics or not. So if it were to end today, they're in a good position to qualify. But from now till April is still a very long time. A lot of championships. So by tomorrow, they'll be leaving for Turkey. From Turkey to Denmark to Estonia, Sweden. They will come back. We are preparing for the All-African Seniors in February in Egypt. We are going there to defend our title, and it's an Olympic qualifier also. So we have Uganda, we have Kenya, we have quite a number of championships lined up till April, when the qualification period ends. So we just need to keep them busy. They need to keep playing.
A lot to do. They need to keep playing, and hopefully they'll be able to qualify. From now until April. Wow, that's huge.
That's the first time I'm listening to what he said, but I'm impressed already. I mean, took us back into the journey in the year, and also giving us a glimpse of what to expect, and going into a year that has the Olympics. What a plan! And I'm quite impressed, and I hope that all of the plans yield results, and the love for badminton is fast growing, and hopefully they'll get there. All right, let's talk about another federation that has been in our face all along, and doing their best to make Nigeria proud. So let's talk about wrestling this morning. Daniel Igali. Well, talking about a scorecard, looking at the year, looking at what they've done, and rating the federation itself. I mean, all of us can agree that the Wrestling Federation has done quite a lot, and as we approach Olympic year, hopefully there's going to be a lot of positives for Nigeria and for the federation as well. But let's listen to the federation president talking about his scorecard and expectations in 2020.
Standing here, with the amount of funding we have, going to the African Championships, winning 6 gold medals, Africa Games, winning 7 gold medals, going to 3 Grand Prix tournaments, winning 2 gold medals at the international level, going to the World Championships and winning a bronze medal, the 3rd medal in 4 years, going to the World Beach Games and winning a gold and silver medal, getting our first world champion in wrestling was without a doubt one of the highlights of the year for me, and I am so excited about 2020. Wrestling is very well placed to win a medal in 2020. We have a minimum of 3 athletes who are on the verge of breaking forth and breaking the jinx. You know, wrestling has never won a medal at the Olympics in Nigeria before, but we're hoping that 2020 is going to be the year for us.
All right, so that's it. Words that would inspire, words that would get you optimistic about the chances of Nigeria in wrestling. And the Federation President, Daniel Gali, admitted that, look, we've not won medals in wrestling at the Olympics. This might just be our first time. You have some prospects,
yes,
some prospects, some in that medal zone, if I may put it that way, knocking on the door. And I hope that they knock hard enough, get a breakthrough, and win a medal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the hope, because he talked about the fact that 2019, I mean, this year has been the best for them. The beach. Who could have thought that Nigeria would go all the way, to the UAE and also get a medal in wrestling? You're able to do that, producing world champions and all. If you're able to do that, that Olympic medal, it's very close. I mean, he's won an Olympic medal. A good medal.
Not in the colors of
Canada,
Nigeria,
of course, not with Nigeria. But then when you look at what he has achieved, and if you look at what he's been able to, give back into the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, you understand that most of the athletes, if they put in so much, they've been putting in so much, of course, funding, which is usually the key, which he hasn't really complained so much about this. Is like,
because they've been finding ways around
it to actually, allow these athletes to compete in major international competitions. If they continue like this, who knows, as he said, we might just be having a medal at the Olympics. Okay, another sport that we're thinking is Paralympics this summer around, that might just get medals from happens to be the para table tennis. We understand, we know that the para table tennis open is going on in Lagos and all. Since it's going on in Lagos, and some of these athletes have been talking about, how these particular tournaments will help them, help them in terms of playing against the very best in the world. We mentioned that you have the likes of Egypt, South Africa, all of them coming here, and these are the top nations when it comes to table tennis in Africa. So if you compete against the very best in the world, the #1 in Africa and all that, then they can also help them. And another thing is the fact that 5 of them already qualified for the Olympics, and so they want more tournaments like this, so it can easily, help them to prepare for the Paralympics.
With this competition coming up now, we've been assured by the African Table Tennis Federation president that came here that it's going to be an annual event. After inspecting all our facilities, it has met the minimum requirements standard to host a para table tennis competition, which includes ramps, adequate restrooms, restaurants, and what have you that is left. So it's, as I said earlier, it's a dream come true to have these events and to know that we can host it annually. So hopefully the next thing we'll be working towards now is to fight for qualifications to be hosted here. Olympic qualifications, regional competition, world championships, and Commonwealth.
I feel good because I won the match. I know it's not easy to win any match here because everybody is a good player. So I have to use my intelligence and good training to win.
Absolutely, that's what will be key for him to be able to win, and hopefully, if they can win, we have like about 44 titles that will be contested in 1 to 10 categories and all that. So when you have that, hopefully, you can have maybe 5 Nigerian players, getting their hand on some of the titles, singles, teams, and doubles events.
Very, very possible. Very high level of optimism listening to the players. And my worry really is that we seem to think it's just enough that these guys are passionate, that we just throw them in. But if you look at other countries, they're really catching up. Don't even talk about other things. Start with equipment. The help givers, the caregivers that are with them. Just looking at even the wheelchair, some of them come here.
It's different from what we have with the Nigerian
many
team.
uses for it. I mean, so many things. We're not lacking in desire and in passion, but hopefully we just get it right. Hopefully we tend to do that. All right, let's switch. Of course, as the days, weeks, and months go by, you trust us, we'll be talking about the 2020 Olympics. It's upon us now, and now we want to. In one of the sports that we're going to compete in, I want to talk to someone. I want to listen to someone who's been there, played for Nigeria, captain of the men's basketball team. He's been there, done there. He knows what it takes to play at the Olympics and probably to get something at the Olympics. Let's listen to Olumide Oyedeji talk about Nigeria's chances at the 2020 Olympics. And, of course, by the time you're done listening to that, our guest will join us. He's also a basketball enthusiast. And, of course, we'll talk about all the things in basketball and a whole lot more.
Well, probably it's first of all, before you can actually make it to the Olympics, we believe that you have to have about 10,000 practice hours for you to be an Olympian. So that's how long it takes, the minimum of 10,000 practice hours. So probably just to have early preparation is a very good thing. But right here now, I think we are, let me say, fair preparation, because Olympics are about 7 months away. And I mean, for Nigerian preparation style, I think this is one of the best ones that we had. First of all, I mean, Tigers already qualified for the Olympics. I believe the Tigers have a very good chance, to making it to the Olympics. We just have to win at worst one game out of the 3 games that we're going to play. So which I believe we can get Mozambique, Serbia. Serbia is going to be a tough one. And the toughest game is going to be against the USA team. So I could just say that we have a chance to go against Mozambique. And we can have a game against Mozambique. So it's going to be the first time in the history that we're going to have a both male and female Nigerian basketball team at the Olympics. Probably we just, at this point now, we just have to make sure that we have the right players, the right target, because just immediately after the season over for most teams, at least the players are going to need about 2 weeks to rest at a long season. And just 2 weeks after that, the Olympics started. So we just have to make sure that the technical crew keep tab on the players that they will need, that will be usable for the team, not just bringing the 40, 50 players to the camp. Doesn't make no sense. So just do your homework. The technical crew need to go to work. They need to start doing the job early, so they know that they bring the right and a useful athlete that will make the country proud.
All right, that's it. Olumide Oyedeji there. All right, to help us take a look at some of those things and analyze the issues properly, Tokunbo Ademola joins us now. Tokes, it's good to have you join us on a day like this.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, just listen to former captain of the Tigers, Olumide Oyedeji, speaking both about the guys and the ladies, our chances, our teams, the composition. I mean, your take.
Well, definitely. I mean, it's important that we see that the ladies get through. I think it'd be fantastic to have both the men and women there at the same time. You know, I mean, they've both previously been there, so it's critical they get there at the same time. And you know, the thing about our basketball team is really just progression. You know, it's not got to a level there where we can go to the Olympics and say we're going to win, or you know, or possibly even get a medal yet. You know. But, you know, the thing about it is a credible performance to know that we're getting better, better because, you know, I mean, Nigeria definitely has the potential to medal one day. Right. There's no question about it, you know, but, you know, we just need to...
Not just yet.
Not just yet, but, you know...
Looking at the girls, qualifiers start in, it's going to be February, and it's going to be Serbia and all that. Looking at what the girls have actually put up at the World Cup last year, we saw how they actually defied the odds, got to the quarterfinals, and at the end of the whole Africa, the whole world were kind of surprised with what they've gotten. But